So residents of Witbank have expressed their disgust at the water situation facing parts of the region. Now, many community members have found themselves having to collect water from pipes situated alongside sewage lines. Now, some allege that a water project was abandoned, resulting in the current situation. But let's take you to Newzroom Afrika's reporter, Katleho, Sekhotho, who is in Witbank in Mpumalanga. You've talked about a water project that has been abandoned, Katleho. I mean, how much do we know about that particular project, and then share with us the complaints of residents?
Certainly, indeed, Naledi, one might describe what we see here in Emalahleni in Witbank as a water crisis. And, you know, I just want to show you the scenes that play out here every day along this road in Witbank. I'll start here. If you can see here, there's a lot of rubble, debris. This is a dumping site in which, you know, it's just dirty and unclean and actually quite hazardous. And as my colleague Luyanda will pan across, Naledi, this is where the community of Witbank come and collect their water daily. And this is where it's a well that has been left exposed. People come here and they wash their, their carpets. As you can see here, people fill up their buckets here to take them home. But it is hazardous in that no one knows if this water is clean and if it is safe to drink. But what happens usually across the road is that people come here and wash their cars. And we heard earlier on from one community member saying that if you live close by, then it's easier to walk here and fill up your bucket. But if it isn't, then you have to drive here, which usually leaves people unsafe. We actually heard a story about someone who was hijacked trying to make their way to this very spot. And so it seems like if one could look at it, it's a river where people come and get water. But this is because there is no water coming from the taps in their homes, leaving many without an option really to come to, without an option of where they can get water supply, and being forced to come here to get their water supply. So lots of issues, and as we've heard from community members, no immediate answers about what was this water project, why has it been left incomplete. If you can see the pipe that is coming out of the ground, this blue pipe, seeming as if there was some sort of infrastructure development, but then left like that, and people now just having access to this water because this is some of the only water supply they have access to. But I want to bring into the conversation a lady, George here, just to tell us, he's a community leader. George, thank you for your time. I mean, what are we seeing here? How long has this been happening?
Since I knew Tlalangahle, this has been going on. But prior, this was not a well that people used to come and fetch water from. It became a well when the problem of water supply by the municipality became a challenge. So people started to come and use to fetch water from here. People bought buckets, they bought trucks from the water that they are supplying to the communities, because a truck going out to supply water to the communities plus minus 300 rands, you will pay 300 rands if you have money. If you don't have money, then you will have to ask water from your neighbors, or you'll have to use your own wheelbarrow and come here to fetch water. Yeah. Since the dispensation, it's a problem. Not so long ago, the district mayor of Ngangala district came here. They said they are going to turn this well into a reservoir. And something which is like, I didn't understand. How can you turn a natural well into a reservoir while you have a reservoir and you are still building more reservoirs? Why are you spending so much money? It's so frustrating. It's frustrating because, living with this community, that most of our peers of our age, they passed on. They left their kids with their moms, their grannies, and the grannies take care of the kids. You can't expect a granny to use a wheelbarrow to come here and fetch water. But look at that old woman. She's here to fetch water. Mm-hmm. And she will do this every week. Because we just had water here in Emalahleni on the 29th. We went to the elections. We managed to bath on that day. We went for the elections. Then after the elections, the water stopped. And then we didn't know why. What was the reason why we didn't have water on our taps? They will keep on saying water will be there, water will be there. Now, last night, they started sending us information that there is a leakage on the reservoir where we are. There are leakages which we don't know since when. Well, it's fine. Then why don't they provide water tanks? Because since from Monday, there's been no water tanks. Nobody has seen a water tank from the municipality. So it's a problem. Yeah.
We'll leave it there for now, George. Thank you so much. Naledi, as you've heard from George, there are water tankers that actually come here to fill up their tanks and then sell to the community members at 300 Rand. And that's obviously 300 Rand coming from a household when there could be water coming from their taps. And then people who are able to come here, taking that chance to come here and fill up their buckets themselves. So a lot of unanswered questions here as to what is the reason for the water crisis here in Emalahleni.
A very frustrated community, speaking to our reporter Katleho Sekhotho there in Witbank in Mpumalanga. Thank you so much for that update.